you guys so much for letting me come today. Every time I come to Kansas City, I'm usually getting kicked in the head, body slammed, fighting giants, or arguing with Vince McMahon or something. But you know, this is a lot of fun because the last event we had a couple months ago, actually a month ago, the room in Orlando was full of so many leaders, so much energy, and so many people wanting to help other people. I've been floating ever since, and I was really looking forward to being here today, so I just had my cookie. The autograph session was crazy. The girls in the back were hustling so much. The girls that were helping me, they were pushing a little hard. They made me break a sweat, but everything's cool. I made it. And what are you doing up here?
I'm going to talk to you, brother.
This is the only guy that can out-talk me, okay? So I'm ready for this one.
You have no idea, my friend. For me, this is an absolute treat. I've been watching, not to show you anything about your age or mine, but I've been watching you since I was about that tall. I've watched you today. You put that big giant over your head and slammed his stinky butt. I had to go to them yellow bandanas, brother, and I used to run around the house as a 7-year-old going, "What you got?"
No, brother, it's what you gonna do?
There you go.
I knew he'd go there with the age. I'm waiting for the hair joke next, you know. Can I pick a side?
You pick whatever side you want.
That's the side that the announcer Mean Gene used to stand on all the time, so I always look over and go, "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene." So this is the good luck side, and everything's going to be great today, and I'm so glad to be here. What do we got going?
Man, we're going to talk for a little bit. We're going to get a little bio on Hulk Hogan. We're going to find out a little bit. Once you guys grab a seat, we're going to grab a seat. We're going to have us just a little fireside chat. Is that okay with you? How many of you got a chance to have Hulk autograph? Get a Hulk autograph today. Really? Only 7 of you.
You know what, brother? So I got the good Hulk on this shoulder here, you know? And he's going, "Hey, man, peace, love, joy, happiness, God." The good Hulk's over here. And every once in a while, bad Hulk comes up on this shoulder. And, you know, I was standing around today signing autographs. Actually, a few minutes ago, we just stopped. I'm still sweating a little bit. And, you know, I got remarried to a beautiful lady, Jennifer. And I tell you, I got married a year ago. I've known her for about 5 years. And she saved me because I was going down this real negative path. And she kind of saved me and brought me around. But all of a sudden today, as I'm signing autographs, all these beautiful ladies here were giving me these crazy hugs. And I was asking all the girls, "Can anybody cook?" And everybody said they could cook. And all of a sudden, the bad Hulk said, "You know what? If you were single, instead of signing autographs, you could also put your phone number there, too."
She's bigger than both of us. She whooped both of us.
Well, she would
in a good way.
No, but it's just kind of weird because I never even thought of that when I was single before. But anyway, that was the bad Hulk. I just thought I'd tell you the story. I was really trying to find somebody to bring me something to eat, to tell you the truth. And then I got a hold of one of the cookies, so I'm good.
Want to shake?
No, not a shaker. No, the cookie was fine.
Cookie was good?
Yeah, sometimes late at night I eat too many of them. So.
So, you know, we've been talking about age, and well, I have been, and you've been friends with not beating me up because of it. Tell us a little bit about young HH, young Hulk Hogan. When did you know what led you to this career in wrestling?
Well, if we go way, hi guys. Man, they're all over the place. No, if we go way back, when I was a wrestling fan, I was a really fat kid. I mean, I was really fat. Played Little League Baseball, hit more home runs than anybody in Interbay Little League. Pitched and played third base. But if I hit the ball and it didn't go over the fence, which I hit more home runs than anybody in Interbay Little League, you know, if I hit would have been usually a double or something like that. If I tried to go to second base, I'd get thrown out because I was so fat and so slow. So I was always conscious about, you know, my weight. Never would take my shirt off at the beach when I was 10, 11, or 12 years old because I actually needed a bra, to tell you the truth. But I was always a wrestling fan. So the hotbeds for wrestling were New York and Minnesota and Tampa. And I grew up in Tampa, Florida, so I always wanted to be a wrestler. So as a young Hulk Hogan, you know, going to school and stuff like that, actually as a young Terry Bollea, I was always overweight. Never had a girlfriend until after I got out of high school and started getting in shape. But that was pretty much the story of my life. You know, so that's why I can relate to what's going on here. But even early on, as a young Hulk Hogan, I was in that that lane, being overweight and not being one of those kids who was genetically gifted.
I can relate. Over the course of my lifetime, same thing. Always been a fat kid, and coming to Visalis has been a blessing for me from a weight loss perspective and getting my priorities in nutrition and eating back in order. And here's something: if I was going to pick my number one question for you, it would be this: you are by far, hands down, the face. You are wrestling. You are everything it has become over the course of time. I guess so, two parts. What's it like being the most recognizable face in the industry? Kind of like Visalis is trying to do right now in the network marketing industry. And then what is, give us one or two of your just, every time you think about your past, your career, give us one or two of the greatest highlights of your life.
Well, just recently, I haven't been on TV doing any reality stuff. I've got a company called Impact Wrestling that I run on Spike TV, so I'm still involved in the wrestling, but just recently there's a company called Freeman. And I pitched an idea to them many years ago, and they didn't like my idea, but all of a sudden the head of the company called about 3 months ago, and they want to get in business with Hulk Hogan. So I had an idea, and it was everybody in life deserves a second chance, which I had, okay? And Freeman loved the idea. They wanted to get in business with me, and they do X Factor and American Idol. And I was always looking for the chance to get back on a really good show. And they did an awareness search, as far as my TVQ level and how many people know Hulk Hogan, because I haven't been on mainstream TV other than cable the last few years. But everybody's home, and what they found out was the mustache and bald head. I'm still the most recognizable character in the world, more than Muhammad Ali or the Pope. So, the thing was, the reason everybody knows me and knows everything about my life, because everything I've ever done, everybody's found out about. I never got away with nothing. But the funny thing was, there was no Rock and there was no Stone Cold Steve Austin or any of those guys when I was wrestling, so it was only me for like 20 years. So I would wrestle, 400 times a year, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday. I may wrestle in Kansas City at 1 in the afternoon in Kemper Arena, and then be at Madison Square Garden that night. But everybody here kind of grew up with me, so I think I've been around so long, that's why they recognize me, so it's just a blessing, and some people say, well, don't you ever get tired of taking pictures or having people talk to you or sign autographs? I say, no, thank God it's still happening, because it is a blessing. Thank you.